All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Disclaimer. Morning Crankers is not responsible for coffee snorts, keyboard drool, awkward public laughter, spontaneous twerking, or any texts you regret after listening. Side effects may include joy, confusion, and the realization that your sense of humor needs therapy. If symptoms persist, don't call us. We're not that kind of show. Now then, good morning. You half awake, chaos-loving, life on hard mode, champions of Earth. This is Morning Crankers, the show that slaps harder than a grandma with a fly swatter. Jokes are fresh, filters are off, and dignity left the chat hours ago. So grab your caffeine, hug your poor decisions, and brace yourself for the ride. Welcome to Morning Crankers.
Yeah. Another day, and we're a little bit behind today.
Yeah.
I mean, a little bit. It's not my fault, though. I would actually say it's probably more your fault than my fault today.
Okay.
Again?
I'll take it.
Well, are you sure about that?
I'll take it.
People are wondering, they're like, why is she always the one? Why is that?
Don't you get it? Women are always late.
Well, I guess that's true. Before we get into some stories, and boy, do we have some good stories today. I mean, I'm talking about things that I never even thought were possible. Doctor taking out the wrong organ. Eric Swalwell, remember we just talked about him like a month ago?
Yeah.
And well, there's more about him. I brought up because Saturday is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day. Saturday is Husband Appreciation Day. Did you know that?
No.
So we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're actually going to talk about, 10 things that women have complaints about their husbands. Things like that. 10 things that men secretly hate about their wives.
Oh, gosh. Can't wait to hear that one.
Midwest meat raffles. I didn't know that was a Midwest thing. And, there's a bunch of really cool other stuff. But before we get into national days, I just want to play something, and I want you and everybody else to listen. Now, this is Dan Bongino, and you know me. I very rarely listen to politics anymore, just after being on the radio for, almost a decade and all the crap that you deal with and that you see, you kind of lose faith. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But here we have a war going on. People are really, really hurting across the country. And this is what's going on in Congress. Are you ready for this? This is a little clip from Dan Bongino.
Yep.
All right, listen to this.
So bananas that I actually had to text the congressman. He's my congressman who asked this question. And he's like, no, this is absolutely real. This is Congressman Brian Mast from Florida. He's actually my congressman. You know what? This clip speaks for itself.
So I think we were trying to make the maps more gay.
Literally? How do you make a map more gay?
I mean, especially
or
with
gay
AI.
at all?
Since the age of cartography, we've had pretty good maps, but maybe they weren't gay enough. So I know also, I took critical theory in college. I think sometimes people use queer as a verb. I do understand that the maps that we were trying to make gay were, I think, of Czechia and Slovakia. So maybe those countries asked for it. I doubt it, but I don't know.
We do have real things to work on in Congress, like what's going on with the imminent threat of Iran, and it is embarrassing that we have to talk about the fact that things like this were funded. Non-binary and trans francophones, linguistic attitudes and ideologies towards inclusive French in Montreal, Canada, these things. Any of these that you can provide me the receipt for, the Facebook link to where they wanted to take photos of how they were doing a DEIA flash mob in Kyrgyzstan, whatever documentation they have of all of these things, we would love to see that and would absolutely love to know the individuals specifically that were busy writing these grants.
What the hell is queering the map?
So I got to ask you, what does that mean to make a map more gay? This is a DEI thing. We paid for this. It's been done. Flash mobs of gayness. And we've got maps of gayness. It's okay to be gay if they want to be gay. I'm talking about the people that want to be gay. Be gay. It's America. But why would they take something like a map and say we need to gay? What did she say? Gay up? Gayify it? What was it?
Make
maps more gay.
make it more queer. I don't know.
I mean, is that a critical theory thing? Like, are we supposed to be thinking about making maps more gay? And if we're making maps more gay, I mean, should our GPSs start being more gay?
I say leave it the heck alone.
I'm saying let people be people, whatever, do you, I'm going to do me and whatever, but stop with the nonsense, stop with the BS. Because stuff like that isn't really going for what they said, or at least I hope not. Somebody somewhere said, you know what, if you give me a grant, I will put money back in your campaign. And what I want to do is I want to take maps of, I'm assuming she meant Czechoslovakia, which isn't even a country anymore. Am I wrong?
I have no idea.
Let's make the map of Czechoslovakia gay. I don't even know how you can make it gay.
Make the gay people feel more important?
On a map?
I don't know. Maybe.
Like Mount Buttmore or something like that to be more gay. I mean, I really don't understand what they're talking about.
I don't know either.
Yeah, it is what it is. But it just blew my mind that that's going on in America with the war going on, and they're still talking about it. And then you have Americans that actually support the gayification of cartography and maps. I really don't know what that means. Does that mean that if they make a map and they're giving it to lesbians, that there's more mountains that look like Twin Peaks? Does it mean that there's, rounded hills that look like buttocks if it's going to the guy? You know what I mean?
There's something.
Yeah, well, it was just weird to me. Anyways, it's National Laundry Day. Do you think we should start gayifying the National Laundry Day?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, leave it the heck alone.
Yeah, well, maybe, there's $1 million out there from our government where they can stick it into National Laundry Day and, they can have something happy. Maybe, rainbow washers.
Maybe.
You know what I'm saying? But then the next thing is that they'll be like, well, it's
It's going to be colorful towels and clothes next.
Well, I mean, but don't washing machines, just like maps, work without being sexualized and objectified?
Yeah.
Okay. The next thing that will come out is it will be a group of people that are like, oh, you're objectifying maps. We're here for the maps. We're marching for the maps.
Yeah.
Don't you think? I mean, it's just, well, that really happened in U.S. Congress. That really, are you ashamed? Do you want to cry or do you want to laugh?
A little bit of both.
It's everything, isn't it? Yeah. Well, okay, so tomorrow, it's the dreaded tax day. Or no, that's today, isn't it?
That is today.
Oh, well, yeah, it's today, tax day. Oof. Well, we got our taxes done, even though it was a struggle. Like, you've always done our taxes.
Mm-hmm.
You learn because I got some smart cookies in my family that have done taxes professionally, and you are like a chip off the old block there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was different this year, even though that they said it was the same. It was way different, was it not?
It was.
How many different pages did you have to go through this year of new stuff?
There was like 8 or 9 different pages.
So my big thing is government. Listen to the American people. We are so sick and tired of you giving us new paperwork to fill out, and you want to come after the people, the hardworking people that pay tons of money. I feel really bad for my sons and daughters because they come in and they pay taxes, and then they look and they're like, what happened to my money? And I'm like, well, it's going to somebody that...
And half of it, their taxes are easy. And way more than half of it, they're paying to get them done versus getting money back or not getting any money back.
You know what I'm going to tell them? I'm going to tell them, your taxes this year went to gay cartography.
Yeah.
They're gaying up maps. And
ridiculous.
Yeah.
I won't pay for that stupid crap.
Well, you don't have any choice because it's the people that we elect in office that are doing the stupid stuff. And here's the thing. If you believe that all that money, those millions of dollars went to that, you are crazier than a shithouse rat.
Maybe people need to start protesting and stop paying taxes. Everybody should stop doing taxes. And what are they going to do? Put everyone in prison?
Well, I don't think
jail?
it's that. I read a report the other day that said that if we didn't have fraud in the government, that we would be like $13 billion in the hole right now.
Well, I'd rather be $14 billion in the hole.
$30 trillion. That's trillion with a T.
I'd rather be in the hole than have shady government.
Oh, me too. I mean, I would rather not have a government at all if they're going to
Amen to that.
steal and rip us off and everything else. You know, I understand there are people that are less fortunate, and that's why we pay taxes. We pay taxes to use the roads. We pay taxes for our schools. We pay taxes for, you know, the things that make America great to be in. But in the meantime, for some reason, the government has just kind of stood over, squatted, and taken a big dump on the people that work hard, that pay the taxes for the things that make America great.
I think there should be a law.
Okay.
And this law should be anybody that doesn't have, like, aren't paralyzed or even paralyzed people work,
that can
but
actually contribute.
yes,
Right.
I think that they should automatically be deemed that they have to work at least a part-time job.
If they can. If they can, I agree with that completely.
I know.
I don't think anybody should be able to be living off the system, but I don't think that's a problem. But the big problem, I don't think is that. The big problem is our government in a lot of different places are so corrupt that, I mean, look we had billions of dollars going to Somalia from just Minneapolis, the Somalian community. And then the Armenians in California were doing the same thing. And I'm sure that there's, you know, red-blooded Americans somewhere in the United States doing the exact same thing. But how about this? How about you make an example out of the people that are doing this stuff so they go away forever, that people are actually afraid to rip off the American government? Because right now it's like a huge slush fund for whatever DEI case makes it up there. That's just where they're going to shove the money. 10% of the money will actually go to the cause, and I got quotation marks up. And then the rest of the money goes right back into the coffers.
Well, we still have that thing where it's no child left behind, but there is kids in school that don't get lunch.
Right. And it's sickening, actually.
So where is that?
Yeah, I'm conservative leaning, but I truly believe that America is great enough that we can afford for children to have breakfast in the morning. I think we can. You know, a lot of my conservative friends will disagree with me. They'll be like, well, that's the parents' choice. Well, we live in a world that's crappy, that parents don't give a crap about their kids, and it's up to us, okay? It is not our right. It is our duty to make sure that the kids of America have something to eat.
But yet we'll pay for these drug addicts to
Right.
get Narcan.
Yep.
But we can't afford to pay for a child to eat.
Yeah,
That's a bunch
that
of
bothers
crap.
me. Yeah. Yeah, and I don't know. And we pay for government to have Cadillac healthcare while the rest of people out there, they don't have anything. You know, this is supposed to be a comedy show, but this stuff really grinds my gizzard.
I say let the trash take itself out. Don't supply Narcan to any of them.
I
and
agree.
Start putting it towards the kids at school.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with that. So, you know, yeah, like I said, we're not trying to get too, but it's tax day. It's like you go through all that stuff and you see where all your money's going and you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
Well, it's also International Documentary Day. You know, you're getting into, tell us about We Are the Hansons podcast.
It's just a family podcast that tells our life with 13 kids.
Okay, nobody, it's, I would say it's more than that.
Well,
You talk about being self-employed. You talk about being a mom.
it's everything.
Of the
It tells
blended
our whole
family.
life.
Yeah, like everything. And then you're starting to get into the documentary video side, not so much vlogging, but doing video shows, I guess, on the podcast, or at least long clips.
Just about like what we do in our family and how our kids are close and how we navigate life with a big family.
Right. And you know, to be honest with you, I'm probably the best chef.
No,
Outdoors.
maybe outdoors.
Outdoors.
Yeah,
Smoker,
outdoors.
grill, Blackstone. Go no further than me, Chef Hans.
I don't know. I really haven't had an option to do it.
Well, that's because it's the man's job.
Oh,
Okay.
I think a woman can cook on a grill if she can cook in the house.
Well, you know, I'm not saying you can't. I could teach you a few things. I promise you that.
I could teach myself.
Yeah, well,
I don't need
I
teaching.
want it to be good now. See, I believe in efficiency.
Mm.
No wasted food. No burning.
I don't burn food.
No drying out stuff.
No.
No, I know in my house, folks, and I don't know how it is in yours. Usually it's not her burning food. Usually it's Facebook and the Facebook post she's on when she forgets about the cookies that are in the oven.
No, that's been a long time ago.
But it happened.
Once.
Okay, and if
I've,
you don't
I've
learn...
had burnt food from you.
Well, no, never from...
Oh.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If you don't learn from history, you're bound to repeat it.
Do we dare go into the lasagna episode?
Oh, the lasagna. You know what? I make professional lasagna.
No.
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 I do it all day. I'm like an old Italian, but not Italian. I'm like a Norwegian that's doing Italian stuff that's
If you
all American.
like tomato soup as your base.
Sauce, honey, sauce.
Soup.
Mm-mm.
It was Campbell's tomato soup.
You see, folks, she's got a little bit of revisionist history going on.
No.
It's what it is.
No.
Yeah, but that's okay. Anyways, International Documentary Day. It's National Cheese Ball Day tomorrow.
Oh, yum.
Okay, you like nuts and cheese.
No, I don't like the nuts on it, but I like the bacon and the cheese.
yeah, bacon.
And all of that combined. Yum.
Okay, what I saw the other day that I haven't seen in a long time, they had port wine cheese balls. And maybe that's a Midwest thing too, but that's
That's
delicious.
my favorite cheese on crackers.
Cheese and crackers.
Port wine cheese.
Okay, I love cheese and crackers, but if you're from the Midwest, you really need to do something like meat raffle. Okay, so I look up and we look up and you look up and we have people send us stuff. This happens to be one of them. I thought that, to go with like balls of cheese balls and whatnot, I thought meat raffles were normal.
I thought so too.
But here's what it says. It says hot dogs and steaks and bacon. Oh my. Meat raffles keep a beloved Midwest tradition alive. See, you go up to Wisconsin, Iowa, Illinois, Missouri, some places in Minnesota, Michigan, northern Indiana. You walk into a cold snack establishment.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the time, they have like, get these hot dogs or, you get 10 pounds steaks for, whatever. You've seen that before.
Yep. And I like going in when they have the hot dogs because most of the time they're natural casing, so they're really good.
Oh, yeah, natural casing hot dogs.
Mm-hmm.
You like the natural
And
casing
fresh
hot dogs.
bacon.
There's some really freaking good ones. I like the snap that when you bite into them.
Mm-hmm.
There's something about that.
Or the pop, that
You
sometimes.
mean the soda?
No.
It's soda pop, soda, or Coke?
Soda. I call it soda. Some people call it soda pop.
Some people call it Coke.
No, when you bite in,
No.
hot
I'm
dog
talking about soda. I'm
bursts?
just, you're talking it bursting in your mouth.
it bursts and you get that popping sound
Hear
when
that?
you bite down into it. Yeah.
Yeah, you love that. Biting down onto it and burst.
Would you quit?
Well, I mean, I know I like hot dogs too. I'm telling you, and I like steaks.
Always got your mind somewhere else.
Oh, well, Anyways, I didn't know that this was a thing, and I thought, that goes perfectly with talking about this. Like, maybe we need to get back to some of that Midwest stuff. Meat raffles, I'm talking Friday fish night, I'm talking, you know what I mean? Families, husbands taking their wives out every Friday. Do you think we need some of that to come back?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
For sure.
we're going to talk about that a little bit because Gen Z is doing some things that are completely unexpected. For years now, there is a certain part of our culture that has tried to crush things like Christianity and things like, the family and things. And I've got some statistics that are going to knock your socks off faster than a natural casing wiener. I'm serious. Okay, finally, we're getting to this. This Saturday is National Husband Appreciation Day. What do you think about that?
Well, I think you get appreciation for life. I mean,
Well, we should.
not just one day.
I think this should be an everyday occurrence.
It is an
National
everyday
Appreciation
occurrence. What are
Day
you talking
for
about?
dads. Well, what comes with it? That's what I'm wondering.
You get good food.
Yeah?
You get clean clothes.
Yeah?
There's a lot.
Okay, keep going. I want to hear more. What else is there?
There's a lot.
Look at Saturday. April 18th, Husband Appreciation Day.
Mm-hmm.
So does that mean that you take him out to get a steak because he's not out on the grill flipping after a hard day's work?
I guess I could.
Comes home barely, can walk in, his feet
Oh,
hurt
whatever.
from the job all day long.
That's the old age getting.
He looks at his family and he says, I sure am glad I can provide for them. I better go throw on an apron and go out to the grill, put
Throw
the
on an
charcoal in,
apron.
you know. Yeah.
Who wears an apron?
Well, if you're a professional, you do.
Well, you don't. So what's that mean for you?
I'm beyond that.
Oh,
I'm like, you know, have you ever heard of Train the Trainer?
sure.
Okay, well, I'm that part of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, on the grill and on the Blackstone and on the smoker. I'm just saying. But anyways, yeah, I'm pretty excited. It's National Garlic Day on Sunday. I don't know. They could have something to do with vampires almost.
Garlic's good.
Well, garlic goes good with most things. So I was watching some movies, and you'll probably be happy about this. The Madison yesterday announced that before season 2 comes out, they've already secured a deal for season 3.
Yay.
So tell everybody about the Madison, what you like, what you don't like. I think is there anything you don't like?
No, it's just like a family story. And the dad, you know, he's like the matriarch of the family.
Yep.
And he has land and a couple cabins in Wyoming, I think.
Yeah.
And he goes
Or Montana.
there.
It was Montana.
Yeah. He goes there to visit
Good old Kurt
quite
Russell.
often.
Yeah.
And
Him and his brother.
Yep. And his wife and kids don't ever go.
No, they're city slickers. They don't want to come out there.
Yeah.
They don't even know what he's
they
doing
like
out
the
there.
amenities where they're at. And where the cabin is, there's nothing. I mean, you got to drive a ways.
Well, see, I look at it a different way. I see what he's built out there has everything.
Well, not like
they don't even know what he's doing. Like he's building them cabins and he's putting toys in there that they don't need electricity for. And he's trying to create a system to bring his family back to what families are supposed to be about.
Well, something bad happens in the movie, and the mom and kids go there, and the grandkids, and they see what he's done, and they open journals that he's wrote and have pictures, and it teaches them how to fish and put a lure on the line, and
Yeah, it's great. It
is a good movie.
Well, it's not really a movie.
Well,
It's
it should be a
a
movie.
continued drama saga
Yeah.
from Taylor Sheridan.
Yep.
Another one of Taylor Sheridan's great stuff. You know what? A lot of people say he's a prick to work for, but I sure do like his stuff.
And just the meaning of it and behind it, it really opens your eyes to
Family.
make you think, like, you better do this because your time, anytime.
See, I look
Something
at it
could
and I'm
happen.
like, there's the Madison, and then there's We Are the Hansons. And they're like one and the same.
They are.
You know, a lot of the stuff that they talk about in there is stuff that, you know, when you watch it, you're like, you know what? I'm really glad that we do that stuff because she's just learning about it for the first time. And you know, she feels guilty and blah, blah, blah. But anyways, season 2 and 3 are for sure on the books and coming out.
Good.
Yeah. So happy about that. Now, getting back to what we were talking about, traditionalism a little bit, you know, family. If I asked you, I might have said this wrong to you, so this might not be fair. But if I asked you, Gen Z kids, okay, how often are they reading the Bible per week? 0, 1, like how many % of them read the Bible each week? I'm talking about like 30,000 people were asked.
10% maybe.
54% of Gen Zs are reading their Bible once a week. What do you think of that?
I don't know. I think that it's good that they're doing it.
Well, here's what I think. I think for so long, this country was bastardizing what it was to be a man, what it was to be a woman. They were trying to cross the two. They were telling people fruity, crappy stuff to try to get them to think that reality wasn't reality. And I think that they thought they had a won because in 2014, they did the same study and only 16% of the millennials at that time were reading their Bible once a week. Okay? I think it backfired. I think especially with young men, I think when you keep telling them you're bad. Don't be instinctual. Don't do the things that you have natural efficiency for. You're rotten. You're bad. Anything that has to do with being a man is somehow toxic. It backfired.
I look at it like are they actually getting what the Bible is stating, or are they turning it?
No, I think that they're searching for it. I think they're searching for traditional masculinity. Like, what is a man's role? And I know there's a lot of people, oh, there's no gender roles. Sorry, there's gender roles. Okay.
There is.
Now, I think that the young men, because we don't have a lot of people like your dad or my dad or these strong men that showed other men or boys how to be men, because they're gone, I think that they're searching for something that they're lacking. Almost like a horse drawn to water that's thirsty. I think that they're looking for that. And there's other signs too, like this. Gen Z, men and women, both say that, okay, the millennials said that they believed in gender roles. Only 13% of them said that back in 2014. But 31% of Gen Z women, when asked about it, said that there should be gender roles. 33% of men said there should be gender roles. And that sounds like a lot of them don't know, but there was like 40-some% that were undecided.
Hmm.
You know, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So there's something going on. And I mean, there are things that have changed. Like, I do the dishes once in a while. I do stuff like, what 40 years ago, they would have been like, oh, no, that's my wife's work. I do stuff like that now, and it's not a big deal to me. It doesn't make me any less of a man. So I think there's that part crossing over with this. But when it comes to being strong men and women, raising families, all the evidence right now is pointing to Gen Z bringing a comeback of that, actually being more, the men are actually more conservative than the boomers were about that type of stuff.
Well, I hope that, there are roles, period.
Yeah. You can't get around it. I mean, you see, we were designed. And then as our design has evolved, it's only helped us live better, longer, survive. And I can see it happening when you try to take that away from somebody. It's like trying to tell somebody breathing oxygen is bad. It's the exact same thing.
Mm-hmm. I look at it like, especially when you're parenting children.
Right.
Boys, they're hard for a mom to get to listen to them,
They can be. I think just kids in general.
And then girls, same way. Like, if they don't have a mom figure or even a dad figure, they have issues.
Right. No, I'd agree with that. I think that the evidence bears that out, even though it's very, very difficult for people to accept that. Like, I'm talking poverty rates. I'm talking about incarceration rates. I'm talking about mental health rates. I'm talking about all those things. We have very good deep dive statistical data in all those things. And all of it points to a mother and a father in the home, bar none, is the best thing that there is for kids. And, there's going to be some people out there like, well, what if they're alcoholics? I'm talking about normal people doing the correct things or the best they can do. That, and you have to leave it at that, because you could what if anything,
Mm-hmm.
So I think that
When you have a good upbringing, your kids turn out a lot better than somebody that doesn't only have one parent, or somebody that has a parent or both parents and one's a bad influence.
Well, this will tell you more, I think, than anything. The women in Gen Z that believe that men should be the only ones that pay for the dates is only 40%.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I think that both, you should each treat each other the
Right.
same.
And I see Gen Z, they're like on the same page. Dating responsibilities should be shared equally. Women 60%, men 57%. I think that we're seeing a generation that could actually save the human race.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm actually excited about it. But the one big thing that really points to me when it talks about this, what men should do in a gender role versus what women should do, should there be gender roles, shouldn't there be gender roles? 82% of Gen Z women, these are 12th graders that they went and polled, 30,000 12th graders, said, get this, 82% said that men should protect women.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm agreeing. I'm like, okay, we're right back to that. Because if you remember, just 12 to 20 years ago, you had all these crazies out there saying, oh, women can do anything that a man can do, and a man can do anything that a woman can do. And I'm like, that's just not true. At least not to the quality. Like, here's the thing. Men can never have a baby.
No, absolutely not.
I can't carry a baby. Maybe with some weird modern science stuff, they might have one stuck in a sack somewhere in my stomach. And, but I'm not really having a baby. Not naturally, not the way that God intended it to be. Right?
Right.
Okay, well, it's the same thing across the board. All right? Women don't have prostates.
Correct.
We use the hormones in our brain in completely different ways. Usually men have a lot less hormones going around. Right? That's why you have, your monthly hormone distribution. Can I say that? I mean, that's no.
Sure.
Okay, is that what you'd call it?
Sure.
Okay, so and then you have raging emotions. Is that right?
I wouldn't say raging.
What would
Maybe
you say?
some people.
Like if a man was a still pond, what would the woman be during,
A flowing river.
See, I would say a whitewater river.
No.
That's what I'd say.
No.
But anyways, there's hope, folks. That's what I'm trying to say. There's hope for at least that. Did you hear about Britney Spears?
I have heard a little bit about what she's been doing about the butt slapping thing. Is that what you're talking about?
No. She just got another driving under the influence.
Oh, jeez. No, I seen her thing about her butt slapping video.
Yeah, I don't understand this. I mean, she's been in trouble so much with this stuff. Excuse me. I got a piece of dust in my throat. So what did she do? Like typical California fashion, if you get arrested for this somewhere else, you probably wouldn't have the opportunity. Right away, she gets arrested, she gets released, she puts herself into rehab. Boom.
Well, I think she needs a little bit more than rehab. She probably just put herself into rehab right away so she could get out of trouble.
That's what I'm saying. Oh, your friends and family are like, go to rehab. The judge will take it easy on you.
Yep.
I mean, I think that she does have a mental illness, and that's my personal opinion. What do you think?
I think she's got something.
But she's got to have something. I mean, do you remember when she was normal?
Well, I don't know about fully normal, but I mean,
I would agree with that. Like, never maybe fully normal, but, it is what it is. I want to jump into a different mental health situation. You remember Taylor Frankie Paul that we talked about?
Yep.
She was throwing chairs, hit her kid,
Yep.
busting up her boyfriend, fiance, whatever he was. Well, the Utah district attorney has declined to file charges against Taylor Frankie Paul over domestic violence.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
Didn't she I thought she just got sentenced or something.
No, they found more.
Oh.
This has been a pattern with her.
Oh, well, she should be in trouble.
Well, I guess 2 years. That is the statute of limitations when it comes to that. So because of that, Taylor Frankie Paul, the starlet from Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, they're not going to get her. And I think this is more common than we think. Like in our head, from when we grew up, what you always found was the man who beat the woman. That's what you always heard. But I think in the last 20 years, because of the way that society is, I think that there's more women abusing men than there are men abusing women. What do you think about that? And it's just way underreported because they're not going to say nothing. I mean, they don't want to feel stupid or anything like that. But I think that in a lot of cases, women feel entitled to act violent in situations where if men did the same thing, they'd go to jail.
Women go to jail too.
Not very often. And it might be getting a little better on that.
I think a lot of that is because the stories they come up with when the cops get there. And
You
the
mean
cop
turning on
probably
the
feels
waterworks?
bad. No, I wouldn't say waterworks.
See, I can see it in my head. They walk out. He just hit me after she barraged him with 10,000 hits in the face. She comes out, she pulls her shirt down so there's a little bit of cleavage showing, and then she turns on the waterworks.
I don't believe in any of that.
Yeah. I mean, well, some of us live in your world and some of us live in reality.
Oh, I live in reality.
Hey, speaking of that, did you hear what they found swimming in California water?
What was it, like a parasite of some sort?
It's bioluminescent fireworms.
Yeah.
And they're glowing in California water. I mean, is that not something that, you'd think you'd see in a sci-fi?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
I don't know where they come up with some of this stuff.
Well, it is what it is. There was an Australian man. He just became the world's oldest grandpa. 91 years old.
Wow.
What do you think of that? He's 91 and 209 days old. His son, which is 55, just gave birth.
Wow. Well, his son did. His daughter-in-law probably did.
Well, Guinness Book of World Records. He holds it. Charles Smith is the guy's name. 91 years old. 50. When do you think that childbearing stops? I guess it's different for everybody.
I don't think anybody, it depends on how you are, but I don't know.
When do you think the act of trying to get into the childbearing, thing?
40s, 40.
You think that's when it ends?
I think that people shouldn't. I mean, you run.
No,
real
I'm
high-
not. Yeah. No, I know what you're saying. I'm talking about the act of.
Mm.
When does that stop? Well,
Uh-huh.
I mean, come on. Give me. What do you think?
give me a number
104.
for a person that old to start.
No,
Trying?
not to have babies, but to have the act of having babies.
Oh, well,
Well, yeah.
you better just keep going. It might keep you young.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So you don't think there is a limit?
Nah.
Yeah. Well, this guy, congratulations, Charles Smith, on being the oldest grandfather in the Guinness Book World of Records. So you know how we have science, and this is kind of weird because science isn't always science, like it doesn't always fit right. Well, we had an octopus fossil, and so we send all these schools in, and they look at this octopus fossil, and then the science went and looked at it, and they found out that it's not an octopus at all.
What is it?
It says it looks like white mush, and they thought that it was a deep water octopus. In 2020, they even said this, but they say it's now a fish that had an evolution of 8 tentacled cephalopods. What does that mean? Well, you're going to have to come. What do you think? They literally say that it's a fossil nautilus or white blob.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel so bad for the kids going through this. Like when science keeps changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it happens all the time. I feel really bad. I was listening to iHeartRadio the other day, and a Florida doctor is literally facing second-degree manslaughter charges because he removed a patient's liver instead of his spleen during a surgery in 2024.
Yikes.
Did you hear about that?
No, but that's dangerous.
Thomas Shagnowski, 44 years old, was indicted by Walton County grand jury over the death of William Bryan, a 70-year-old man from Muscle Shoals, Alabama.
Wow.
We hear a lot of this, but we look up weird stories, but there's a lot of these weird things that happen.
Mm-hmm.
We had a personal friend that just passed away tragically after something really weird happened with him.
Mm-hmm.
There's this, we see this type of stuff all the time.
Yeah.
Somebody goes in for a filling, gone. There's just weird stuff like this. Is our whole system of everything, I'm talking medical, education, government.
It's dangerous.
Well, is it all getting bad?
It is.
Is it all just going down the crapper?
Yep.
You know what we need to do? I need to get one of those buttons with the toilet flushing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because there's a few of them that we could have used today just for that. Do you consider yourself a do not disturb person?
No.
You don't?
No.
So there's a new blog that somebody's writing about my blissful, unbothered life as a do not disturb maximalist. Do you think that this is their attempt to try to rewrite some sort of science that's already been settled? Like, that they don't want to deal with people, so they'll just call themselves a do not disturb maximalist?
Probably.
Does this type of thing ever get like...
It's very annoying
So,
that they keep coming up with stuff like this.
well, it is, but here's the thing. This story has been read 11 million times.
Wow.
So it says, my blissful, unbothered life as a do not disturb maximalist. And then under that, I turned off my phone notifications for an entire week. It made me a less disturbed person, but the people closest to me just got annoyed. That's what it says. And this thing has been read 11 million times.
Yeah, stupid.
I don't know. Maybe they're doing it so they can catch up on the gay topography.
Maybe.
You know what I mean? And then finally today, I'm pretty happy about this. Like, I am a huge Die Hard fan. Okay, you don't like it when I turn Die Hard on at Christmas time because you say it's not a Christmas movie. I say that it is a Christmas movie. But I did want to tell you, Parade Magazine just said that Die Hard not only was a great Christmas movie, it's also the best action movie ever made in the history of film. What do you got to say about that? What are you going to say?
About that?
Well,
Maybe to some.
I'm going to say Parade Magazine's been around a long time. They're doing pretty good. I mean, Mel Gibson in that thing was stellar, right?
I don't know. I've only seen a very small portion of that movie.
Dennis Glover. Well,
That's not my type of movie.
Oh, it's a great, great movie. Just like this is a great, great show. If you would like to talk to us about something, and I got to say it on the air, we've had a couple people reach out and ask us to bring their stories on or them on, and I think we're going to do it. We have a couple things shuffling around in the studio right now, and as soon as we do, keep those requests coming in. Folks, we've read them, we've seen them, but you got a podcast agency going on here, a whole studio going on here. Just kind of like slicing and dicing, getting everything in a row, and then the calls start coming, right?
Yeah.
So anyways, thank you for being here. I'm Hans.
I am Roxy.
And this is an awesome show. You're awesome for listening to it. Except that part.
Hot mug, last look, morning crankers signing off. Hands cracks, Roxy laughs, talking wild, talking odd stuff. Dumb crooks, weird news, pop talk, we stirred it up. Now the show's run through, but we never had enough. We're your morning crankers, baby, gotta let you go. Oh yeah! Spinning strange little stories about a crazy world we know. From the what were they thinking to the you can't make this up show. Yeah.
Morning crankers, see you next time.
Same crank,
Same time.
let's roll. Last joke, one poke, had the headlines for the day. Two mics, one vibe, chasing all the weird away.
Hit stop, don't drop, we'll be back before you yawn. Set the alarm on your dial, we'll be cracking when it's on.
We're your morning crankers, baby, gotta let you go. Spinning strange little stories about a crazy world we know. From the how they get busted to the man that's quite a show. Yeah.
Morning crankers, see you next time.
Hands and Roxy, rock and roll. crankers saying bye for now.